I have in hand the Galaxy S24 Ultra. I got it from Samsung while it unpacked, and this is my first time using like one of their smartphones as my daily driver for in a long time. I had their Z Fold 5 for quite a bit, and I kind of got a little tired of how heavy and chunky that was. And personally, I'm not that big of a fan of how sharp the corners are on this phone, but I do love the in-hand feel. It definitely feels very sleek. The titanium gray color you can see here, it looks really nice. Um, and I'm really loving the software features that they unveiled with it. One UI 6.1 just has so much going on in it. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest. But before I get into that, just wanted to bring up like a lot of people have been asking about the Corning Gorilla Glass armor, that coating they added onto it, and the light reflectance. And I can say it really does make a big difference in terms of how much light is reduced when you like have a light source shining on the phone. If you put it side by side with another phone, it really does make a difference, like in terms of how much is reflected.
Does that cut
Um,
down at all on the kind of perceived brightness of the display when you're looking at it
Uh,
in person?
I haven't noticed that. I don't think it
Okay,
does. Like
good.
they do advertise that it gets up to 2600 nits of brightness, and I haven't I
Yeah.
haven't been able to test that. It's been really cloudy and dark lately, so I can't go outside and actually have it crank up to that max because you have to have auto brightness on and it has to detect the sunlight and so on. But other than that, I the phone has been very fast and snappy. It has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. The Ultra model has that globally. Battery life, I haven't had it long enough to actually tell you if that's, good or not. But now I think what you've all been waiting for is a demo of some of the new AI features and the new features that they announced at Unpacked. So the first thing I want to show off is Circle to Search. So this is a feature that lets you long press on the home button or the gesture nav handle to invoke Google Lens over your screen. So I'm going to do it right here. There you go. So I'm going to draw a circle over this. Like let's say I want to search this up. And that's the Pixar like logo thing, like that's the
Hmm.
Pixar HQ. And you can basically do this onto anything, like on any screen you're at. You can just long press on the handle, select something, scribble on something, and then it'll just search it on Google Lens. Like you can do this on any Android phone already, right? You can just open Google Lens and then tap search my screen, but this just takes like one step out of it, just makes it so quick to search for anything on your screen. And this is available right now out of the box on the S24 series, and it's coming to the Pixel 8 series on January 31st. So the next feature I want to show off is a feature you already are probably familiar with in, let's see, I'm going to tap this AI feature. So if you have the Google Photos app and you're already familiar with the Magic Editor feature, the Magic Eraser, basically the same thing. I'm going to draw over this guy right here, just have it select it, and then I'm going to touch and hold, and I can just erase myself, and then I can generate and fill in the image. And this is
Oh,
being run
nice.
in the cloud, so it takes a few seconds because it's using generative AI to fill in the gaps of where the object, in this case, me, used to be.
So we're not at
And
the point yet where that is, yeah, happening on
I
device.
can't zoom in, but if you look pretty closely, like I'm gone. I'm not in the image anymore.
Is your
Wow.
shadow there? I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm
uh,
just curious.
I don't know that
I
it
kind
is.
of. You can kind of see it. Yeah,
That's still
Where?
amazing. Yeah, just curious.
yeah. And then there's also a straighten feature. So I think if I do this, so if I go back to this feature, like if I want to straighten this, right? You see, like when you're adjusting the rotation of an image, right? Um, you lose a lot of the details that are on the outside because your photo is just physically not there. So what this does is when you straighten it, it uses generative AI to fill in the gaps around the outside. So like it'll magically fill in, not magically, of course, with AI, fill in what it thinks should be on the outside and just add scenery that actually isn't there to make it look like you have it there. And it might look a little janky, but if you have like especially nature scenes, it might work pretty well.
God, I wonder at what
So
point, like it, because this is a very recognizable shot of a very recognizable place. I wonder
yeah.
at what point it would be able to reference other photos of that area and then generate around what it knows to be there. That's really interesting.
Okay, and this one is really cool. This is a feature where it uses frame interpolation. So I have a photo of someone dancing at like the San Francisco airport, I think, or was it? I don't remember where. But here, like you can see, I just recorded it in like native 60 frames per second. But if I go back a little bit, sorry, I'm gonna go back. But if I didn't record this in slow-mo, right? This is just like a 60 frames per second video. But if I press and hold, it's like interpolating frames in real time and
That's
making it
pretty
look
cool.
like as if I had
That's
taken a
pretty
slow-mo
insane,
video.
actually.
I like how
Yes,
I also like the feedback of when you did that, how the little white flash that went over it to show you that it was doing
Yeah.
something. Like that was pretty cool. Yeah.
That was smooth.
Yeah, yeah.
But does it save it?
I think you can. I don't
Yeah.
know like how to do it, but I think
Yeah.
you can. And just two more quick things I want to show you is in the Notes app. If you have a bunch of notes and it's just all a mess, like these are just some notes I took of my experience with One UI 6. There's this new AI feature that lets you automatically format it. Let's say I want to do headers and bullets. So I have like a whole bunch of bullet points of things I noted about One UI.
Oh my
They're not
gosh.
organized at all, and it's going to use a large language model. I think this is on device, and look at that. It's just like formatting, and I have different options.
That I
Whoa.
love, and the different
Love
options
it.
is pretty.
Do
freaking
meeting
cool.
notes. Do meeting notes. I want to see.
Oh
the
my
other one.
gosh, yes.
Let's see.
Oh man,
Auto
that's
format.
so useful.
Selection was too long. Auto format. Meeting notes. Let's try that.
I'm just curious what the difference between that. This is so cool. This AI
Yeah.
stuff is so cool, man. It's figuring it out. All right, so it's similar, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one was the summarize feature. And
Summarize your
produce
own
like a quick,
notes.
summarize my own notes, right? And then briefly, you have the same thing with the voice recorder app. So I'm just doing a quick live demonstration, recording with my voice in the voice recorder app, similar to the Pixel recorder app on the Pixel phones.
Yeah, that was one
And
question I
once
had was whether it was the same or different. Looks like it's
So
different.
save it here. And it doesn't do real-time transcriptions like on the Pixel phone, but you just quickly tap transcribe, and then it'll just analyze it on device using the Gemini Nano model. And you have a transcript here, and then you have a summary. Well, it was too short for to summarize, but you get the picture.
Yeah, there's your summary
And
right
That's
there.
fair.
Yeah. That's it. That's like I've only had this for a few days. I'm really loving it. I'm going to be having it for the next couple of months, really getting a feel for One UI 6.1 and all the features that it has going for it. But really loving my experience with the phone so far.
And that is the Ultra, is that right? That's the one that you got?
Yes, the
Yeah.
S24
Okay, so you got the
Ultra.
titanium build
Titanium.
quality. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks nice. I'm a huge fan of the Ultra series. When they have their Ultra devices, I almost always really like them.